mansion. The bhagava was staying at Rajagaha, in Bamboo Grove. At that time a certain monk practicing insight fell away from that owing to grievous earache. The doctor's medicine availed nothing. He told the bhagava, who, knowing that crab soup was a cure, asked him to seek alms in the Magadha field. He went there and stood for alms at the door of a field keeper's hut. This man, having cooked a meal with crab soup, made him be seated and gave him some. Hardly had the monk tasted it than he became well as if bathed with 100 pitchers. His composure regained by suitable food, he directed his mind to insight and became an arihant even before he had finished his meal. Telling the field keeper, "Lay follower, by the fruit of this merit you will come to be without ill of body and mind," he gave the blessing and went away. When later the field keeper died, he was reborn in the realm of the 33 in a room made of beryl in a 12 yojana golden mansion pillared with gems and adorned with 700 pinnacled halls. On the door was hung by a string of pearls a gold crab. And the venerable elder monk Mahamoggallana, going there, saw this and asked, "Lofty is this mansion with jeweled shafts, a dozen yojanas all round, there are 700 splendid pinnacled halls and lovely pillars of beryl spread over with the gleaming metal. There do you stay and drink and eat while deva-like lutes make melody. Here are deva-like flavors, the 5 kinds of sense pleasures, and women decked in gold to dance. Because of what is your beauty such? Because of what do you prosper here, and there arise whatever are those delights that are dear to your heart? I ask you, Deva of great majesty, what merit did you perform when you were born a human being? Because of what is your brilliant majesty thus and your beauty illumines all the quarters?" That Deva youth, delighted at being questioned by Moggallana, when asked the question explained of what deed this was the fruit. There stands on the door a crab finished in gold to serve as a reminder, and it shines with its 10 claws. Because of this is my beauty such. ... And my beauty illumines all the quarter. ... Vimanavathu. Doorkeeper's mansion. The bhagava was staying at Rajagaha, in Bamboo Grove. At that time a lay follower instituted 4 perpetual meals for the order. But for fear of thieves he generally kept his house door locked, as his house was situated at the outermost limit of the city. Hence monks coming for those meals sometimes had to go away hungry. He, learning this from his wife, appointed a doorkeeper to welcome monks coming and wait on them. When the donor died he was reborn among the yamas, but when the doorkeeper died he was reborn among the 33 with a 12 yojana golden mansion, just as in the previous story. To the venerable elder monk Mahamoggallana's similar inquiry he replied, My lifespan is of 1,000 deva-like years. Consisted of the declaimed word and homage paid by thought. For so long will one who has performed merit remain and be furnished with deva-like sense pleasures. Because of this is my beauty such. ... And my beauty illumines all the quarters. Vimanavathu. First should be done mansion. The bhagava was staying at Savathi, in Jeta Grove. And a lay follower, returning from a bathe in the Asiravati river, met and invited the bhagava to a meal at his house and entertained him with honor. The remainder is as in the previous. The Deva's answer is as follows. Acts of merit should be done by a wise man of discrimination, in which what is given to awakened ones who are rightly faring is of great fruit. Verily the Buddha came from forest to village for my welfare. In that, the mind devout, I came to the 33. Because of this is my beauty such. ... And my beauty illumines all the quarters. Vimanavathu. Second should be done mansion. This is similar to the sixth, except only that there the food was given to the bhagava, here to an elder. Acts of merit should be done by a wise man of discrimination, in which what is given to monks who are rightly faring is of great fruit. Verily a monk came from forest to village for my welfare. In that, the mind devout, I came to the 33. Because of this is my beauty such. And my beauty illumines all the quarter. Vimanavatthu. First needle mansion. The bhagava was staying at Rajagaha, in Bamboo Grove. At that time there was robe making to be done for the venerable elder monk Sariputta, and there was need of a needle. Coming to a smith's house for alms and asked what he needed, he told of the need. The smith with a mind of faith and gladly offered 2 needles and bade him say if there was further need. After the smith died he was reborn among the 33, and the venerable elder monk Mahamoggallana questioned this Deva youth. What one gives, is not it. What should be given, that alone is better. A needle was given, better for me was the needle. Because of this is my beauty such. And my beauty illumines all the quarter. Vimanavatthu. Second needle mansion. The bhagava was staying at Rajagaha, in Bamboo Grove. Now a certain tailor went to see the grove, there saw a monk stitching a robe with a needle that was made in Bamboo Grove and gave him needles with his needle case. The question put to the tailor after he had been reborn among the 33 was like the previous. When in a former birth I was born a human being among men, in the world of men I saw a monk without defilements, serene in mind, without confusion, to whom I gladly gave a needle with my own hands. Because of this is my beauty such. And my beauty illumines all the quarters. Vimanavatthu. First elephant mansion. The bhagava was staying at Savathi, in Jeta Grove. Then the venerable elder monk Mahamoggallana on a Deva tour in the realm of the 33 saw Deva youth mounted on a great all-white elephant with a great retinue going through the air, and went towards him. The Deva youth descended and saluted him, and the elder asked him about the deed he had done. Mounted on an elephant whose body is dazzling white, pure-bred, a tusker, strong and swift, mounted on the glorious elephant, beautifully caparisoned, you are come here in mid-air through the sky. Upon the 2 tusks of the elephant are created crystal-clear lotus pools in full bloom. Among the lotuses burst forth orchestral bands, and these enchanting ones are dancing. You of great majesty have attained Deva-like psychic potency. What merit did you perform when you were born a human being? Because of what is your brilliant majesty thus, and your beauty illumines all the quarters? The Deva youth, delighted at being questioned by Moggallana, when asked the question explained of what deed this was the fruit. 8 fallen flowers with my own hands, gladly, I offered at the thupa to the great Seer Kassapa. Because of this is my beauty such. And my beauty illumines all the quarters. Vimanavatthu. Second elephant mansion. The bhagava was staying at Rajagaha, in Bamboo Grove. At that time a believing lay follower who had lived according to the precepts, kept the observance days. Uposatha, fortnightly fasting and confession. Given gifts to the order, and attended with gifts at the monastery to hear Dharma, deceasing from here arose among the 33. And a great white elephant being at his service, with much retinue he went at times from sport in a pleasance. Now one day being impelled to show gratitude, he went on his elephant at midnight from the Deva world to Bamboo Grove, and there stood in an attitude of devotion before the bhagava. The venerable elder monk Vangisa, who was standing near the bhagava, being permitted by the bhagava, questioned him. Mounted on a mighty all-white elephant, and elephant supreme, you go round from grove to grove attended by a throng of women, making all the quarters shining like the healing star. Because of what is your beauty such? Because of what do you prosper here, and there arise whatever are those delights that are dear to your heart? I ask you, Deva of great majesty, what merit did you perform when you were born a human being? Because of what is your brilliant majesty thus and your beauty illumines all the quarters? That Deva youth, delighted at being questioned by Vangisa, when asked the question explained of what deed this was the fruit. When I was born a human being among men I was a lay follower of the one with vision. I refrained from making onslaught on breathing things, I shunned what in the world was not given. Not a drinker of strong liquor was I, and I did not utter lies, and was content with my own wife. With a mind of faith, gladly I gave both food and drink respectfully, an abundant giving of donation. Because of this is my such. And my beauty illumines all the quarters. Vimanavatthu. Third elephant mansion. The Bhagava was staying at Rajagaha, in Bamboo Grove. Then 3 arihant elders came to a village residence for the rains, going thereafter to a village residence for the rains, going thereafter to Rajagaha to salute to Bhagava. Passing the sugar cane plantation of a brahman of false views, they asked the keeper, "Can we get to Rajagaha today?" "No, sir, it's half a yojana further. Stay here and go on tomorrow." "Is there a place here we could stay at?" "No. But I will tell you of a place," and he improvised huts with sugar canes, sticks and so forth. He gave them rice and cane juice, and after the meal sped them forth with a sugar cane each, thinking it to be his share of the produce, and returned in joy and hope in his own welfare. But his master, meeting the monks, asked them how they had acquired the sugar canes, and when he heard go furious and ran back spluttering with rage and hit his keeper with a club, killing him with one stroke. By merit of his deed the latter was reborn in the hall of Sudhamma-devas, owner of an all-white great elephant. His parents and kin made lamentation at his funeral, but he came riding among them in state, and a man of innate intelligence asked him about the deed of merit he had done. Who now on Deva-like mount, on an all-white elephant, with the sound of tuneful instrumental music is honored in the sky. Now, are you a devata, a heavenly musician or saka, bounteous giver? Now knowing you, we ask you how are we to know you? He explained this matter. I am neither a deva nor a heavenly musician, nor am I saka, bounteous giver. I am one of those named sudhamma-devas. Again the man asked. We are asking you, Sudhamma-deva, raising respectfully our clasped hands, what is the deed you did among men that you have arisen in Sudhamma? He spoke this verse. Who gives a hut of sugar cane, a hut of grass, a hut of robes, who gives one of 3 arises in Sudhamma. Thus comforting his parents be returned to the Deva world. Vimanavatthu. Little chariot mansion.